Okay, what I have for you today is a little behind-the-scenes look at some extra services I performed on this 1997 F-150. Basically, the first thing he wanted me to check was for a sticking throttle plate on there. So I checked the cable, made sure I did snap test on there, passed the flying colors, and then I proceeded to clean the throttle plate on there. And this guy, you know, he's a real jokester. He brings out his wife's toothbrush for me to go ahead and clean the throttle body with it. So I said, hey, no sweat, I'll do it. And that thing came out blacker and black. There's a lot of sticky carbon on there. But we got it cleaned, we got it nice and free. And then he was also complaining about some air filter issues when he first bought it. So I made sure I cleaned the mass airflow sensor for him also, so everything's reading properly on there. What else we did? We checked the pulleys on the front of the engine there to make sure no bearings were failing. I guess the previous owner told him that one of the pulleys were failing on there also. We checked that, none of them were failing, so he donated the pulley to the tour. Sure, why not? I'm sure I could use that at some point in time. Those are pretty common. Now, there's one thing that bothers me about this video, editing it and producing it and going over and over it. What you'll hear us talking about in the very beginning is a weird train whistle type noise upon startup. I wish we would have got it on tape, but it's kind of like this. And it just kind of goes away after 5 to 10 seconds on there. And what it is the brake booster, the vacuum diaphragm inside the rubber diaphragm is losing vacuum. It has either cuts in it or slits in it, you know, dry rot over the years, and then it starts bleeding that vacuum past it to the atmospheric side. Because there's a vacuum side, diaphragm, and then an atmospheric side. And that's what helps you provide the power brake boost assist on there. So what'll happen at first, you'll start hearing this noise, and what you can do is press the brake a little bit, or maybe jostle the brake pedal a little bit, and it may make the noise go away or make it louder. You can verify it that way. But what happens eventually, once that slit gets so big in there, it loses all the vacuum in the atmospheric side, and you lose your power booster. So you have manual brakes, but no power assist on there. We didn't have time to take it apart, nor was it in the time allotment or the money allotment for the tour on there. It was kind of like out of the blue, and we had another 5-hour drive ahead of us. And at the time, there was no issues with braking capability on the vehicle. Like I said in the beginning, it's just a noise, and eventually down the road, it can open up and you can lose all your vacuum assist. So what I'm offering is my own money out there for Mr. Plants, because he doesn't have too much on hand. If you feel comfortable changing it out on there, I will send you a new Ford booster as long as they still make it, shipped to your door, and you can put it on and take care of it yourself out there. I wish I would have taken care of it while I was out there. It really bothers me. I'm almost tempted to go out there and freaking just take care of it, but there's just so much driving with the tour and everything going on. So I am offering part assistance out of my own pocket to help you out. So the booster is definitely brand new and fully functional now and down the road, and it's safe for you and your family. So it's just something to think about. It just bothers me watching this video over and over again, editing it, that I should have done something over there. It just wasn't in the allotment for time or money though at the time. So I'm extending the offer now, I guess you could say. Either way, enjoy the video. There's a lot of BS and going back and forth, jaw-jacking. There's some funny stuff in there, but it's more a behind-the-scenes look to see what was going on exactly at this stop. In the end, you'll see me taking care of a few different items on here, extra items for this guy to make it safe and reliable for him and his family, with help, of course, with your donations.
But you heard that train whistle?
Oh, yeah.
That's what
you know
I
what that is?
I have power steering fluid.
That's right. It's your booster.
Power booster?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the noise they make. Usually when you hit the pedal, but if any kind of rust light around this diaphragm on here, same thing. It's the vacuum leaking out through a thin area, making, you know, the sound. Yeah. You might magnetic retriever.
Okay.
The flex head one. I think it's the only one I have actually. Yeah, I can almost guarantee I wasn't out here, but there's nothing else that'll make that noise.
I was looking for around it.
This would be like a hissing noise and a really rough idle. Any kind of vacuum line off of there, even small ones. Intake, generally no, unless you're under throttle. We're just at idle though. You know, low CM5 flow, but the vacuum.
Well, I do know my throttle body needs cleaned because I have a sticky throttle. But of course, you can also see.
Need a clean while here?
If you want, I don't know. That's broke, I know. I know.
Yeah, it's just a guide though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's smooth
Yeah,
as far as that. So
Yeah.
this is sticking though?
when
A
you
little bit right there.
Yeah, when you go in.
Yeah, we can clean that for you if you want. I got stuff for it.
If you, I don't want to put you guys out because I know you were on a time schedule and.
You're the only person that's scheduled for today. We just have a I think it's 4.5 hour drive to northeastern Pennsylvania area. East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania
You go
area.
You
Anyways.
go right back out here by McDonald's.
Yeah.
You turn up there.
Yeah.
It takes you right on the interstate to go right into
70,
Pennsylvania.
yeah.
It's right on 70.
You okay?
What do you want?
Water? Water.
Catch call?
Neil knows.
It was?
It's on there. It's just wedged in there now.
Been in a situation with this.
Puffing and puffing. You just watch me work, huh?
I just took a big drink of water, man. It is tiring watching you work, though.
I
I will tell you that.
I've heard
Especially
people
on the
say
videos
that.
where you're breaking a sweat like
Yeah. Yeah, sit there and yell, hey, making me tired over here. That wasn't part of the deal.
What's that? Get this stuff back together.
Yeah, because this hose clamp right here on the throttle body was off. It was pinched, and I had to take it off, and rubber was all folded up underneath. And I had to use Dawn dish liquid detergent,
Get back on, yeah.
not inside the throttle body, but around the edge, just to slide it on there. And I had to use a pair of pliers to pull that rubber lip so it would go on the bottom. Because I thought that's what that whistle sound was. It's coming sucking air through there.
8? Where's the 8 at? It's back on the other thingamajig.
1/4 inch.
Now that filter looked white when I first bought it, and it wasn't even hooked into the fender well. Change number 7 was totally gone.
8.
Coil pack.
I'm gonna need a rag for this.
Sure.
Is there $1 still?
No. I don't know what you do with it.
What? Again?
It's not even windy.
If animals come by, steal my rags? What's going on? Are they both in there?
I only gave you one. You walked over to the truck.
Oh, did I?
Oh, I got one.
We
Thank you.
got one. I got one.
What do you want first?
Try body.
Need a toothbrush?
Need what? Couple of rags.
Yeah, if you got one. If you got an old one, I'll take it. If you don't, that's no big deal. I can get 90-some% with this. Yeah, we need a couple of rags. This one's pretty caked down there. Alright, so we're going to clean his throttle body down here, and we're going to also clean his mass airflow sensor as part of the repair on here. It's been sticking on them, and then of course I always like to clean the mass airflow sensors. Get the most accurate reading we can for the incoming airflow.
It's my wife's toothbrush. You can leave it. I'll just give it back to her. She won't know no difference. I'm not expecting miracles. I just know the throttle was sticking, and I tried to climb in there with my rag and
I
just.
mean, much better either way. Yes. Take both of those now. Yep.
You had to put the rubber garment back in there. The rubber garment wasn't even fastened around the mass airflow.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it wasn't. It was stuck all the way up inside.
Yeah, 8 mil from the ground.
You done with the anti-seize?
Yep.
Nice job.
Now, is that red vacuum hose, is that where it's supposed to be? Because I had to rearrange it a little bit because the green vacuum line wasn't even on there on the EGR.
Oh, the EGR?
Yeah, it was off. I had to push it back on.
What's this one right here? Oh, it goes to there. Yeah, those all look correct.
Okay, because I knew the green wire went on top, but it wasn't even pushed down all the way. I guess whenever he was doing the spark plugs,
Yeah.
and I was like, is that where that red wire's supposed to go? Is it supposed to go on the outside or the inside? And I couldn't find no pictures showing.
Yeah, considering they have convolute right here, it's probably it's
Yeah.
going across. Yeah, to go to the over there for a straight vacuum source. What else we got? We're changing a pulley out. Is that what you got? now?
I was going to have you check if you had time to see if it needed.
Which one is it?
He said just needed one of those. He didn't tell me which one. I couldn't find one that was hanging up. I'm not saying do it because I couldn't find it. Why do you place it if it doesn't need replaced? He said it sounded like a pulley bearing. But I bought that when I bought the truck because that's what he told me. And I took the belt off and I spun the tensioner pulley and I couldn't find no play in it.
Yeah.
But I ain't got the ear or the feel for it. You know, I was spinning it. It seemed like it was spinning fine. Because
I got a 1/2 inch.
Okay.
Actually, give me the serpentine belt kit.
Alright.
But
We'll check that out, but if you have one going, probably need more than that.
well,
Usually the tensioners go faster than the other ones, but yeah.
it was all rusty. Everything on this motor's, like I said, it's set behind his garage for a year.
Oh yeah.
And he had it up for $3,500.
Yeah.
And I had paid $24. And he had given me a list of what he had replaced before he could sell it. He said he changed the gas. But due to that misfire, I didn't have no discoloration in the oil itself, no that mud, as you would call it, except for up here, which I know is common because of your video, the milkshake. Because I travel,
yeah.
I travel 28 miles one way to work every day. So I don't put a lot of, a lot of miles on it.
After that video came out, you know how many people,
Yeah.
even texts that were used to be down in Florida or whatever, they're like, dude, I didn't even know that. We never see it. Or people are like, oh man, I was freaking out. I was on gold chain of head gas since I was in quotes, and I saw that, and I was like, yeah.
Well, just
It shouldn't be there in the summertime, but.
well, right after you put the video, I had 3 people on the F-150 Facebook page pouring out their stiffs, pouring out their cabinets, and I said, watch the video and learn. It's self-explanatory in it. I'm not a certified mechanic, but he is.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on it. Just watch
More
the video.
experience over anything else.
Wow.
But yeah, I know.
And he's like, oh, it's common if you don't travel a lot of mileage, especially certain times of years. Now, if you have that color on your dipstick, you got a problem.
Yeah. That one feels good. That one feels good. Usually these ones down here go. I don't know if yours even has it. The rib ones down there. No, nothing.
Okay, see, I bought a pulley I didn't even need. Because he kept telling me, now see, I don't have no AC. My AC doesn't work. I don't know why. I don't care. As long as my windows go up and down, now if I can just figure out my power locks, I'll be all right.
It's good now.
Done?
Yeah.
So you can take that with you if I don't need it.
Now, whenever you do any kind of engine work, you want to change, you want to reset the PCM on there. Of course, reset the cam. But anytime you want to do that is when the engine's running properly already. So if you have throttle body cleaner inside of there, it needs to get worked out in the intake and stuff like that. Start it, let it run, let it clear it out, get to running normal again, nice clean idle, then reset the cam. Don't do it and then go start it up and it's running horrible and it's learning all the bad values, have to correct from there. So you just get it running, get stuff cleared out, throttle body cleaner, whatever you did, and then you can go from there. So we're gonna check it over here. Of course it's running fine. Rev it a little bit. Get the rest of it out of there.